Hello all, I am the Holen Phantom, and for today we're going to be going over my top 10 picks of Dragonite cards in the trading card game. Starting off at number 10, we have Dragonite from Team Up. This card came with an ability and one attack. The attack was Dragon Claw, which needed 1 water energy, 1 lightning energy, and 1 colorless energy to hit for 120 damage. Its ability was Fast Call, which was first seen on Staraptor FB level acts back in the 4th generation, and it allowed Dragonite to search the deck for a supporter card every turn, which is a great ability, as searching for supporters is one of the strongest abilities a Pokemon can have, which is why Pokemon like Jirachi EX and Tapu Lele GX were so popular in their formats, as they could search out supporters when they were played to the bench. But Dragonite's ability can be used every turn, making it more valuable. Though it did have the downside of being an evolved Pokemon, meaning that additional cards would have to be played in the deck to use Dragonite, though it could be eventually used with Lance Prism Star, allowing it to be played without having to evolve. At number 9, we have Dragonite from Plasma Freeze. This is one of 2 Dragonite cards printed during the 5th generation of cards, and it was definitely the stronger of the 2. It came with 2 attacks. The first attack was Deafen, which needed 3 colorless energies to deal 60 damage and also prevented the opponent from playing item cards during their next turn. Its second attack was Heal Wing, which needed 1 grass energy, 1 lightning energy, and 2 colorless energies to hit for 90 damage and also heal 30 damage from Dragonite. The second attack was not very good because of its energy requirements, but his first attack was fairly strong because of its item locking effect. Since the game's beginning, trainer locking or item locking has been a powerful strategy to prevent the opponent from using their resources, and Pokemon with item locking powers or attacks have been featured as some of the best. Pokemon such as Gothitelle from Emerging Powers, Vileplume from Undaunted, or Manectric EX from Deoxys. But although Dragonite was capable of item locking the opponent, its attack was slow to use, as it needed 3 energies which could give the opponent enough time to set up their board before Dragonite got a chance to attack. But once it got the item lock going, it could be a powerful disruptive Pokemon. It also comboed well with Garbodor, as its Garbotoxin ability would shut off all of their abilities, cutting off more of the opponent's resources, and giving Dragonite a stronger presence on the field. At number 8, we have Dragonite from Fossil. This was the original Dragonite card, and was released 2 sets after its previous 2 forms. It came with the Pokemon Power and 1 attack. The power was Step In, which could be used while it was on the bench to then promote itself to the active spot, giving the player a free switch for the turn. The attack was Slam, which needed 4 colorless energies to flip 2 coins and then deal 40 damage for each heads. Because of this Pokemon's high energy cost, it was best used alongside Dark Vileplume, as its Hay Fever Pokemon power shut off all trainers, protecting Dragonite from energy removal and super energy removal. And it even comboed well with Dark Gloom, as Dark Gloom's Pokemon power could confuse the opponent's active Pokemon, but it could also confuse its own teammate depending on a coin flip. So while Dragonite was on the bench, Dark Gloom could activate its power to confuse the opposing Pokemon, and Dragonite could use its power to switch out the player's active Pokemon if it was confused instead. This card's high HP, lack of weakness, and resistance to fighting Pokemon made Dragonite a good defensive Pokemon, but it was unfortunately let down by the randomness of its single attack, though its Pokemon power could certainly help out its teammates in a bind. At number 7, we have Dragonite EX from Evolutions. This was released during the 6th generation of cards when EX Pokemon were treated as basic Pokemon, meaning that Dragonite could be played straight to the bench without having to evolve. It came with an ability and 1 attack. The attack was Hyper Beam, which needed 4 colorless energies to hit for 130 damage and then discard an energy from the opposing Pokemon. And the ability was Pull Up, which would activate when Dragonite came into play, and would take up to 2 basic Pokemon from the discard pile and add them to the player's hand. Dragonite's ability was useful for recycling strong support Pokemon, like Shaman EX or Hoopa EX, to reuse their abilities and gather more resources, but it saw the most use in decks that needed a lot of benched Pokemon to deal extra damage, primarily Mega Rayquaza EX, as its attack dealt 30 damage times the number of benched Pokemon, which could max out under 150 under normal conditions, or 240 with the use of Skyfield. Or Mega Gardevoir EX, as it dealt 110 damage, but could deal more by discarding away benched Pokemon from its side of the field. Dragonite was a strong addition to both of these decks, as it let their teammates deal more damage and take quicker knockouts. At number 6, we have Dragonite GX from Dragon Majesty. This is one of 2 Dragonite GX cards released in the 7th generation. It came with 3 attacks. The first attack was Dragon Claw, which needed a single lightning energy to deal 70 damage, and the second attack was Giga Impact, which needed 1 water energy, 1 lightning energy, and 2 colorless energies to deal 200 damage, but then prevented Dragonite from attacking in the following turn. The final attack was Dragon Porter GX, which needed 3 colorless energies to then search the discard pile for 3 Dragon Pokemon and place them onto the bench. And this attack could even be used on evolved Pokemon, which made it a useful attack to set up the bench with powerful dragons without having to spend resources on evolving. Dragonite had access to a lot of Pokemon, but its best partner was Altaria, as its ability increased the power of all Dragon Pokemon's attacks by 20, so with 3 Altaria in play, Dragonite's attacks could be increased by 60, so with a single Lightning Energy, Dragonite's Dragon Claw could deal 130 damage, enough to 2-hit KO most Pokemon in the format. Dragonite itself could even be cheated out of the deck with Lance Prism Star, as it could search the deck for any 2 Dragon Pokemon and place them onto the bench, so between Lance and Dragonite GX's attack, all 4 Altaria could be played without having to evolve a single Pokemon and could be dealing 150 damage for a single energy. At number 5 we have Light Dragonite from Neo Destiny. This card was part of the Light Pokemon series released at the end of the Neo era. It came with the Pokemon power and 1 attack. The attack was Light Wave, which needed 3 colorless energies to deal 40 damage and prevent effects of attacks during the next turn. Its Pokemon power was Miraculous Wind, which cancelled the effects of all special energy cards and made them provide only colorless energies. This power let Light Dragonite act as an anti-meta card, as it could cancel the effects of the popular new special energies of the time, Metal Energy and Darkness Energy. Plus, its power could be used to its own advantage by using Boost Energy, as Boost Energy provided 3 colorless energies, but would have to be discarded at the end of the turn, but since Miraculous Wind cancelled all energy effects, it would not be discarded. This same combo could also be used with Miracle Energy, which acted as a double Rainbow Energy but only attached to Shining Pokemon and Light Pokemon, and like Boost Energy would have to be discarded at the end of the turn. With its Miraculous Wind Pokemon power and Boost Energy, Light Dragonite could be powered up in a single turn to begin attacking. At number 4 we have Dragonite FB from Supreme Victors. This is an SP Pokemon released during the 4th generation, and it was treated as a basic Pokemon instead of an evolution, and it was owned by the Frontier Brain Palmer. It came with 2 attacks, the first being Mach Blow, which needed 3 colorless energies to deal a base 20 damage, but if the opposing Pokemon was also an SP Pokemon, the damage would be increased to 80. The second attack was Giant Tail, which needed 4 colorless energies to deal 100 damage, but only if it got hits on a coin flip, otherwise it did nothing. Dragonite's first attack was strong in the 2009 and 2010 formats, as there were a lot of SP Pokemon being played, such as Luxray, Garchomp, and Blaziken, and Dragonite was able to knock them all out in a single attack, as they all had exactly 80 HP. As an SP Pokemon, Dragonite had access to powerful trainer cards, like Poketurn, which was able to pick it up and put it back in the hand if it was at risk of being knocked out. And Energy Gain, a tool that reduced the cost of its attacks by 1 colorless energy. So with a double colorless energy and an Energy Gain, Dragonite could be powered up in a single turn. If extra energy was needed, Bronzong G could also be used to move energy onto Dragonite from another Pokemon. The speed and power of Dragonite's attack let it see a lot of use as a tech card in the SP era of the game, and could easily destroy SP decks if they were not prepared for it. At number 3 we have Dragonite EX from Dragon Frontiers. This is a Delta species Pokemon, being a Grass-type Dragonite instead of the usual colorless type. It came with 2 attacks, the first being Deafen, like the one from Plasma Freeze, but this one only needed 2 colorless energies and dealt 40 damage, but would also lock away the opponent's trainer cards. Its second attack was Dragon Roar, which needed 2 grass energies and 2 colorless, and would then place 8 damage counters on the opposing Pokemon, but if the Pokemon was knocked out, any leftover damage counters that weren't used could be placed on the opponent's benched Pokemon, which is a great way to spread damage. Though admittedly it was the first attack that was the better of the two, as trainer locks are a very powerful strategy in the game. Dragonite benefited from the support of Flygon, as its Delta Supply Poke Power could quickly power up its attacks, or could even be used alongside another Delta species Dragonite, as its Poke Power could also accelerate energy. It could also be used alongside the Delta Pokemon Xatu and Gyarados, as their Poke Bodies increase the power of Dragonite's Deafen attack, letting it take quicker knockouts against the opponent while maintaining the trainer lock. At number 2 we have Dark Dragonite from Team Rocket Returns. This was the second Dark Dragonite released, but this one was released as a Darkness-type Pokemon instead of the usual colorless type. It came with the Poke Power and 2 attacks. The first attack was Double Wing Attack, which needed 1 Water Energy and 1 Lightning Energy to deal 30 damage to each opposing active Pokemon, as in the format when this card was released, double battles were allowed, meaning that each player could have 2 active Pokemon at once, and Dark Dragonite could hit both of them at the same time. Its second attack was Claw Swipe, which needed 3 colorless energies to deal 50 damage. The Poke Power was Dark Trance, which could move darkness energies on its side of the field between its teammates. Dragonite's Dark Trance power was like Venusaur's Energy Trance, but way more useful as Darkness Energy had amazing support in the format thanks to Dark Electrode, which could search the deck for Darkness or Dark Metal Energy to attach to itself and would then be moved by Dragonite. If Dragonite was too heavily damaged, it could also move energy off of itself and then be picked up by Mr. Briny's Compassion to rob the opponent of a knockout. Dark Dragonite and Dark Electrode worked well together, but they lacked power in their attacks, which is why they also comboed well with Sneasel EX, as they could rack up huge damage with his Dark Ring attack. These 3 Pokemon were part of a strong deck that performed well in the 2005 format. And finally at number 1 we have Dragonite from Delta Species. Like the set name implies, this Dragonite was another Delta Species Pokemon, being both Lightning and Metal type. It came with the Poke Power and 2 attacks. The first attack was Agility, which needed 1 Lightning Energy and 1 Colorless to deal 30 damage, and would then flip a coin, and if it landed heads, Dragonite would not take damage or be affected by the opponent's attack during the next turn. And its second attack was Heavy Impact, which needed 1 Lightning Energy, 1 Metal Energy, and 2 Colorless Energies to deal 70 damage. But the real highlight here was its Poke Power, Delta Charge, which once per turn could attach a Lightning Energy to a benched Pokemon. And this power was so good that it has actually seen 2 reprints in Electric from Noble Victories, and most recently in Flaffy from Evolving Skies. Delta Charge gave Dragonite the ability to be a huge support Pokemon in its era, being able to accelerate energy quickly for big attacks. Though its most famous partner was Metagross, as it had the Crush and Burn attack, which could deal extra damage by discarding energy from its side of the field. So with Dragonite's ability to recycle energy, Metagross could deal massive damage every turn, and their deck saw a lot of use across the 2006 and 2007 formats. Other notable Pokemon that were being played in this deck were Latios Goldstar and Rayquaza Goldstar, as Dragonite's Delta Charge could be used alongside Holen's Cast Form because it counted as a double Rainbow Energy to fuel their powerful attacks and could take down big Pokemon. Dragonite's attacks had their uses as well, as it could protect itself with Agility or deal good damage with Heavy Impact, as it dealt enough damage to 2-hit KO most Pokemon in the format. Plus, as the Metal type, it could take advantage of Metal Energy special effect and shield itself from damage. This Dragonite's strong Poke Power and versatility let it see a lot of use as it was featured in one of the strongest decks of its time, which is why it has come in at number 1 on this list. Dragonite has always been a powerful Pokemon in the video games, as it has been one of the original dragons of the series, and its appearance in the trading card game has captured the power as well. Which is your favorite Dragonite card? Let me know down in the comments below, and be sure to like and subscribe to catch new videos. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, this is the Holen Phantom logging out.